Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another review here on Pez of the Mind. I am James Phoenix. With me is Chris the Mole,
Hello.
and we are here today to talk about the pilot for the new Netflix reboot of Lost in Space.
Yes, which means wouldn't that make this an origin?
Yes, it's an Origins review. That is correct.
Right. Yeah, no, I was just saying actually, when enough of a review and then you weren't mentioning origin. I'm like, it's an origin review.
Fair.
We do these.
Yeah.
And this is a Netflix TV show based on the smash hit 1990s Matt LeBlanc film of the same name. No, I can't do that.
No, don't do that.
Horrible. It's based on the 60s TV show.
There we go, a little light.
Basically, it's taken the 60s TV show and modernizing it for a new audience.
Yes.
Which, if you've ever seen the original TV show, it was like a light-hearted, at times, it was like a family adventure meets sci-fi romp.
Mm.
So when you put both together, you had something special.
Right.
And I will admit, this one does do a good job of updating the characters and bringing them forward to the modern era.
Mm-hmm.
What does old Jimson think?
I've never seen the original Lost in Space, so I cannot comment as to how it compares, but I will say I really like this pilot episode. I like how they went out of the way to establish this family and their dynamic and simultaneously advance both the plot of, okay, they're on this alien planet that they crashed on, while at the same time flashing back to show bits of their backstory to kind of establish who they were before. And I thought that was,
Yep.
I thought that was really well done.
It was.
It was, yeah, and it allowed for us to see kind of their setup of, okay, they managed to get into the colonist program. They each had some different strife that was going on. The parents weren't totally getting along because the dad was away all the time in the military, and the backstory about whether Will Robinson passed the exams to go, and all these different little stories and things. You really get a sense of character for each of these characters. I thought that was really well done.
Yep. Which like I said, I enjoyed what they did because for what they were trying to do, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm. I like established the danger of the world where, like, immediately one kid is trapped in the ice and another one gets caught in the woods that gets set on fire, and they really established the dangers that they're going to run into out here, and that there is risk of people dying at any given time. The fact that two of them were near death and one of them was very badly injured within the pilot kind of really establishes, hey, there's a lot of risk here.
Yep, there's a possibility that you could almost not die.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much any TV show.
Yeah.
Like even Power Rangers, it's like, oh my god, they're gonna die, but then they don't.
Mm-hmm.
The fact they don't means there's no risk.
True.
But this one does handle it a little better with the girl in the ice.
Yeah, admittedly, I knew they weren't going to kill Will Robinson because, like, he's like one of the main characters. But I haven't even really watched the original. I wasn't sure about the rest of the characters, so I didn't know if that girl in the ice was going to die or not.
Now, one thing I will say is, and some people will disagree on this, and that's fine. It's neither here nor there. I didn't like the robot.
Okay.
Because that's what he's supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big friendly robot. This one, he seems to have ties to being on a space station and murdering a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, they use that to set up Dr. Smith at the end, and I'm like, okay, that's a cool way to set up this. That Dr. Smith isn't even really Dr. Smith, but like, what? How did the robot even tie into that? Because it looked like she was ending up on the same ship that they were on that crashed, and yet they don't seem to know of this robot's existence.
You say that they don't know.
Yeah.
Well, of course they wouldn't know. Weren't they exploring and just found him by mistake? Like they're not tied to all the other colonies. 'Cause they were more big colonies as a family on their own, going off doing stuff.
Okay, I must have misinterpreted because I saw like when they showed Dr. Smith get on that ship, it looked like the exact same ship that they were on that crashed, but maybe that was just a similar looking ship.
To be fair, there's like 2 or 3 of them in that
Fair
ending,
enough.
so could go either way. But I was looking for a picture of the robot from the new one.
Right.
There he is.
Yeah, I don't know, right?
Which I don't like. You saw how nice and friendly he was.
Mm-hmm.
He now looks like this.
Yep.
I don't like that. He's not friendly looking. In the original, it's danger, danger, Will Robinson, and it's fun. This one, it was danger, Will Robinson, and you're like, no, don't mess with what the line is. I don't like that because it's like, no, you're changing the like. It used to be like a nice, friendly warning. Now it's more like a yeah. I don't know. You know what I mean? And you're just like, no, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
You've made it too serious with him.
Right. Yeah, I will admit, I kind of when he said the danger, despite not really knowing the series, when he said the Danger Will Robinson thing, I did mark out a little bit because, like, when you first said this thing, it's like, is this an alien? What is this? Then when it started going into, I'm like, oh, is this that robot? I know they had like a robot friend. Like, is this that guy? And then when it came together, and he flew to more human form, and he said the thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's the robot. It's the robot. That's so cool.
Yeah. See, to me, I was like, oh, when he said the line, to me, it's more like the Judge Dredd film with Sylvester Stallone when he says, I am the law, and you just don't believe him.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, okay. That happened.
Fair enough.
But I'm like, oh, you've messed with an iconic line here. Why would you do this? But it was also weird just how he separated them and rejoined and how they did the robot. I'm like, oh, God.
Mm.
But I did love the original Lost in Space when I watched it, because I watched it obviously via repeats. I wasn't alive during the 60s. And it was fun. I liked it.
Bless you. Yeah, but now, so having not watched the one for the original, and I have vague memories of that Matt LeBlanc movie. You're muted, Mo.
That's fine. I was asking, can you still hear me?
No. But yeah, I have some vague memory. I think I have some vague memories of that from the '90s, but
It was not good.
no. But I think I had a toy of the robot from that movie for some reason. I think it was just randomly given to me.
And if that movie tells us anything, it's don't bring back a classic that's much beloved by a lot of people and make it feature Matt LeBlanc. That just will never work.
Pretty much. That's a good lesson.
No, I was referencing something.
Oh.
You're like, what are you referencing?
Yeah.
It's
What?
in the UK. There's a TV show everyone loved called Top Gear. 3 of the presenters all left because one of them got fired, basically, and the other 2 left because he was fired because they were loyal to him. They've gone on to Amazon and made the Grand Tour, and then they brought back Top Gear with Matt LeBlanc and Chris Evans and a few, and you're just like, this isn't Top Gear. What the fuck is this?
Interesting.
And some people are like, oh, you just don't like it because blah. Like, oh, because the host was more leaning this way politically, or because they made more of these jokes. And you're like, logically, if that's the reason you wouldn't like it, make your own car show.
Yeah.
It's like I wouldn't go, oh, you know what I need to do? I need to remake and then just take a show that a lot of people like that love. Like, as much as I don't like it, and it's a UK show. I don't like Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Okay.
I wouldn't take that and then just remake it and put Jeremy Clarkson in that. That wouldn't work. Really don't like Mrs. Brown's Boys. Sorry for people in the UK that like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Simon. No, he actually does.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it was well done.
Yeah.
There was good drama there, but there was it didn't feel as intense as a lot of Netflix shows do. And,
Yeah.
well, not Netflix shows, but some Netflix shows. Because to be fair, they're not all the same. Some can be shit. Some can be good. Some can be like really dark. Some can be whimsical and trolls. And some can be richy rich and stuff. You know what I mean? There's like
Yeah.
they're not all the same like people make out. But
No.
I mean, it's not as dark and intense as some Netflix films have been.
Yeah.
Which is good, and they do keep part of the family adventure. It's just more what modern family adventures are.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel it's too serious as a negative. Because the original 1960s one was a fun family adventure and stuff. But I felt as a kid, I could watch that and I could really enjoy it as much as the parents. I didn't understand that everything. Let's face it, you probably wouldn't as a kid. But it was still fun. This one, with how serious it is, I feel if a kid nowadays watched it, they're going to be bored by it. Much like you appear to be.
I can see that. I agree. It was really enjoyable, and I could see I can see where it might be a little bit intense for kids in this one versus the slightly more family oriented, family friendly version from the '60s. But that's unfortunately the trend nowadays is make everything darker and grittier.
To be fair, I make the case that was the trend 5-10 years ago. It's not the trend as much nowadays.
Okay.
Nowadays, more things are let's make everything, and it's ironic because I'm wearing an Infinity War t-shirt featuring
Nice.
Thanos. In his pose, it's a reference to Alexa Bliss. That's literally what I'm going with for that top. But okay, it's not a reference to that, but still, it's a case of a lot of things nowadays are like, let's make it more fun, let's make it more Marvel, as people would say, and stuff like that. And I feel this one didn't. This one's like, I don't know, if broody's the term, but it's more brooding.
Yeah, that's a good term.
Which works for like a teen show or an adult show, but one that's a family show, I feel like it needs to be more light-hearted for the kids.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Hallelujah, come on, get happy.
Fair enough. I thought the actors did a good job. Getting the characters across. The mother being this, the smart genius. The father being the, just a rough and tumble guy who's just trying to be there for his family. The one daughter being really smart and everything, and the other daughter being not as sure about her place, but being reassured about the other family members. And then Will Robinson just kind of being there as the kid who's there to, be really smart and prove that he does deserve to be there. So I like that they each. I think all the actors did a good job.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Minus the girl that was frozen.
Okay.
And because when she was frozen, she wasn't really acting as much as she just talked normally and just closed her eyes. And that's supposed to be under ice and dying. And you're like, no. But that might just be because that thing would be hard to act anyway for a kid.
Yeah. So I can see that. Yep. All right. Well, I'm interested in anything else. I guess we can go to final scores.
Yep.
What do you think, Paul?
I'm gonna give it middle.
Okay.
I can't recommend. Oh yeah, definitely go out and watch it because you might be a really good fan of the original, and I feel this doesn't capture the full spirit.
Okay.
At the same time, there's better shows on Netflix as well in the same science fiction genre, especially here because we got Star Trek. But it's a case of I'm like, I can't give it a full thumb up. But if you've got like an hour and 3 minutes, which is how long the pilot is, boom, without even looking it up, 1 hour 3 minutes. All you got to do, maybe check it out if you're really curious. Maybe check out a trailer or two and make up your mind of whether or not you feel it's for you beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a complete avoidance either, because there's something that's really good there. It's just more, it's not for everyone. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to go in the middle.
Okay, I can agree with that. I said I thought it was a good pilot. I would throw this about an 85. I think it was a well done from a perspective of somebody who has not seen the original and has no preconceived notions or loyalty to it. I feel like this was a really good pilot. I think it established the characters well. I think it had enough references that even somebody who was casually aware of the franchise could pick out a couple of things like Danger Will Robinson and a few things here and there. So that was good. And I think they did a good job just establishing this. And if you didn't know anything, you could get a good idea from watching this pilot. Okay, these are who this family is and these characters. This is a general idea of some of the things that are going on in the world around them that led to them being on this planet. And it makes you want to find out more about the backstory while at the same time finding out if they survive and find this new planet they want to call home, assuming it's not the one that they're on. So I would, definitely a good solid 85. Definitely go check it out. It's if you're into like sci-fi type stuff, give it a watch. Is it the best sci-fi thing I've ever seen? No, but it's definitely enjoyable, and I think it's definitely worth at least giving an hour of your time for a pilot opportunity to at least.
Hour and 3 minutes.
Hour and 3 minutes of your time too.
And don't tell me 3 minutes doesn't matter. You can do a whole beatdown in 3 minutes.
That's true. You're not wrong. Yep. May Jamal and Rosie rest in peace. Anyway, so this has been an Origins review look at the pilot of the new reboot of Lost in Space, available on Netflix. Mole, thank you for joining me.
A pleasure.
Indeed. And be sure to join us tomorrow when we go through it. Tomorrow when we're joined by Richter Hammer and we take a look at Transformers 4.
Possibly.
Possibly?
Like I said to you, I've contacted him, I've asked him, I've heard nothing back.
Ah.
So he could show up, he could not.
Okay.
And this isn't going to be a John Cena WrestleMania situation. This is actually a real, he might not show up, we don't know. So if he shows up, we'll do it. If he doesn't, I don't know if we'll go without him or if we'll do it with, or if we'll try and fit, because there's nowhere else to fit it that month.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not that month, this month.
Yeah, unless we swap it with something else, and yeah, I could see the concern.
But if we swap, yeah, we could swap it. But if we swap it, we can't because most of the other stuff has Pew, and she's in her
family reunion. That's right.
Family Pew reunion tomorrow.
Yeah.
Family Pew reunion.
Pew union, I like that. Yeah. Well, if we have to, we can just hold off and maybe do 2 Transformers movies next month or something. Whatever we got to do.
Oh, we can't. Because next month we're losing Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
So we're losing days anyway, and we promised we'd do one a month.
Well, I don't know what else we're going to do then.
That's what I mean. We'll figure something out, but we'll do it this month.
All right. Alrighty. Well, in that case, this has been Lost in Space, and we'll see you next time, folks.
In space.